Can you hear me? Oh, goodness. Hi, can you hear me, guys? Hello? Can you confirm you can hear me? I don't know what the hell's going on with this damn internet. Guys, what's your internet been like? Please let me know I'm not crazy, because other people around the world are telling me the same thing. Like, something's off with the internet. Ever since that thing went down with all those companies, it's been weird since then. How's your guys' internet been? Because I just, like, it's crazy, right? Like, what is going on? Is it like Three Eye Atlas? What the hell is it? Oh my goodness. So for anyone who is like just showing up and doesn't know what the heck is going on, these are my little way of giving back. So I can't ever tell you when I'm gonna go live, because I'm really spontaneous. That's just me. Okay. My motto is whoever's meant to be here will be here. So, if you miss it, you were meant to miss it. So don't get upset about that. Okay. The way this works, excuse me, the way this works is you just go to the description box. It's so easy, and follow those instructions. Remember, it's 25 Canadian. So, in your currency, it may look different. If you're American, you'll probably be paying like 20. Now I've got a clogged throat. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this internet. Like, I do believe there's something going on, though. I don't think it's just random, because I've got people in other parts of the world, that I've reached out to or just came out in conversation, and they said the same thing. Like, theirs is wonky too. And it's the Wi-Fi. It's not like your LTE. It's the Wi-Fi. Like, it's just, and like, I don't know about you, but in the past month, things have felt very heavy, okay? Energetically. It could be that there's a lot of like doom and gloom on the internet, lots of doom and gloom. Please remember, you don't have to be affected by what's going on in the world, okay? Continue to work on yourself, do the inner work, and you will shift and elevate to a higher timeline where none of that is happening, okay? But I understand it can be very difficult to watch. I find it difficult to watch. I don't like to hear about, people don't have money, are starting GoFundMe pages for groceries, they're losing their jobs. But remember, everything is necessary. So if it's happening, it needs to the individual that it's happening to, it's going to be dependent upon them, how they choose to react to that. It will be what they manifest in their physical reality. These things, like, for example, when you lose your job, it can be the biggest blessing. Biggest blessing. It can take you on a whole other path, but like, you'd have to be in that mentality, right? So can everybody hear me? Okay, good. I just want to make sure, like, we're still live, because I did have one live. It was so weird. It was like on my end, it showed like it was going, and people were like, it cut off. So it's weird. But yeah, ever since that time, that time, I think it was 3 weeks ago, where all those apps crashed. Since then, my internet has been off. So yeah, like, how have you all been doing? What have you been sensing? Oh, also reminder, you know, if you want to ask me any questions about spirituality, it doesn't have to be, you know, that you're just here for paid questions. You can also ask me questions about spirituality. And if I, you know, have something to say, I will say it. But if I don't know what you're talking about, I won't, okay? Really? Now, why is that? Hi, Tanny. Why has she been without internet? Like, what are they saying is wrong with it? What are they saying is wrong with it? Very fishy. Very, very, very fishy. Maybe I should draw a card. Let me find out what's going on here. What's going on with everybody's internet? What's going on with everybody's internet? What's happening here? Okay, my cards are upside down. So there's the energy of, I feel like, the internet. Guys, there's a changeover. There's something new. There's a changeover. They're changing something over. It's causing the friction. It's being done behind the scenes. It's strategic. This is not an accident. Hi, Citrine. Citrine, I think this is your first time on my live. Well, this live over here. There's a changeover. A rebooting, I'm hearing. This is not by accident. Dare I get my conspiracy cards? Dare I? Dare I? Okay, I honestly don't really like these cards anymore. I find them very negative and energetically negative. But let's just see. Let's get one card. What's happening here with the internet? What's happening here with the internet? Okay, that I felt like wanted to come out. Not so much the ones on the bottom. They're behind it. Okay, I was only supposed to draw one card, but I want to draw my own card. That just fell out. One more. Whoa, 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 guys, whoa. I've never actually drawn that card before. We got a timeline issue. Timeline. So I think this is right on time, to be honest, yeah, with that. It's like, it's planned. It's a planned situation, but issue, that's weird. Like, we got to get on schedule for something new, something new. Crunch time, getting something done. The internet being wonky it's a part of it. I wouldn't be surprised if at some point too, there may be like outages or shortages or like we go dark. I feel that too. Oh my God. Okay. Let's not like talk about that anymore because I've actually made a promise to myself to refrain from those types of readings. But yeah, can you guys still hear me? Is everything okay? Because I don't see anybody chatting. So I need to make sure. Are we still live here? Are we still live? I have a general question. Can we change our timeline to a more abundant one if we dedicate all to our career? No, this is not about career. This is not about career, changing timelines. This is about inner work. Inner work. Inner work changes the timeline. That's actually a really good question because that tells me that maybe some people were confused by what I said. No, this is about inner work. Now, through your inner work, you will get a better career, but the career I feel like would be the manifestation of the inner work, which the career is the timeline, like the higher timeline. I wouldn't say somebody dedicating all their time to, you know, getting a better career or like working at their career would do this. It would have to be the inner work. You know, inner work. You'd have to change yourself, okay? Let me go over there and see what's going on. I didn't even go and check over on PayPal yet. Hold on. Oh shoot, there's a lot of people here already. Crap. I'm also losing a lot of time. Like, this is not a joke. I am losing a lot of time. Are you guys losing a lot of time? Like, I don't even know how to feel about it anymore. I literally ignore it now because I'm just like, what's the point of me being freaked out about it? You know, like, what's the point? Okay, Miriam, then Aurora, and then Ray. Feels like it. Hi, Melody. Okay, messages from Spirit. No. I mean, listen, you know, you have to ask yourself, Citrine, where you're at in your journey. And I say that because if you believe you're protected, you wouldn't necessarily need to do something to get protection or like pray for protection. But you have to ask yourself how you feel about that. See, me personally, I believe I'm protected. So if I believe I'm protected, I don't need to do anything. Now, do I smudge here and there? Yeah. But to be honest, I smudge because I love the smell of the sage and it does purify the air. It really does. Like, everyone notices when they come in my house after I smudge, they're like, wow, that is the freshest air I've ever smelled. But, you know, that's kind of a difficult question to ask. Like, if you're not in that state, then maybe do what works for you. But one of the things you could do is get into that belief system, that mindset that you are protected. And you know, working on yourself can, you know, do that. It can elevate you into, you know, again, a higher timeline. Because when you are on the higher timelines, that is the way we think, okay? And I'm not saying I'm on a higher timeline. I'm not trying to say I'm better than anybody. But remember, when you need protection, you know, like, you're basically implying danger. And I just feel like those kind of things don't exist when you've done a certain level of work on yourself. It implies danger. Do you know what I mean? But when you kind of are in that mindset, you don't think about stuff like that. You know, just, it doesn't, you know, you would have a different perspective towards it. I hope I'm like making sense, you know? Just like anything else, like how some people freak out with challenges, you know, to someone else, a challenge may be exciting, you know, hence they change their whole, you know, reality of how they experience it. Do you get where I'm going? Aphrodite, isn't that like a Greek goddess? I mean, I don't know much about her. I actually don't know much about the gods, and I wouldn't say I work with anybody. I don't work with anybody. I only work with my higher self. I don't really work with anyone, but I know some people do, and I think it's cool, but I don't know much about Aphrodite. I just know that it's a goddess, right? Okay, Miriam, what does she need to be aware of from Spirit right now? Please be on standby. You've recently just leveled up. Okay, hold on. Has there been anything? What have you ended recently? Something that used to make you happy but no longer does. I don't care how small it is. Why is this not staying on? What have you ended recently? Is there somewhere you don't go anymore? Is there an environment or a place? What is this? Or have you released a man? Have you released a man? I have a man here. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. I really do feel like, you know, you would be very humble. You would be very humble, I feel like, if I told you that you just crossed a finish line with something. Now, this will manifest beautifully for you in the coming years, but right now, there's no direct line of reward that you can say this is from this. But in time, okay, listen, they're telling me something else. This person that you released, okay, because I see here now the divorce. This is the family card. I get it. The 10, the ending, kaboom, tower, crash, over. Were there things about him? You know, he wasn't ready, yeah? He was not ready. He had something. He was not willing to release. He hid something. He had something he hid about himself. And he was not willing to let go of that. He couldn't elevate with you. I want you to know something, Miriam. There was a chance, you know, for the two of you to elevate, but he wasn't ready. And that's why this thing had to sever. But there's aspects about himself that he holds very near to himself that he doesn't want to expose, or he's not willing to go through the fire to heal, to move forward. I've got another man here. I've got another man who's ready. He's willing and ready. Now, you know that thing I told you about that reward that would be coming to you that you just don't see right now? It's him. He's ready. I don't know that he's here right now, but it's him. This looks like a finished soul contract. A finished soul contract that then upgrades you to the next one. The next one is a lot more evolved. I'll put it like that. Evolved. We got to get more on him. We got to get more on him. We got to get more on him. Listen, I want to be honest. He's not perfect, but he's a lot more evolved than this one, okay? And it's not about comparison and judgment, you know? Okay, let me just find out more on him. Yes, you can, butterfly. Hi, Jalen. Jalen, I don't know if I was paying attention enough last time. I just didn't even pay attention to your response. I was caught up with someone else. Do you do Vedic or Western? Is it Vedic or Western? I didn't even know if I got an answer last time. And I'm glad to see you posting more. I see you showed your face. Very nice, very proud. Give me more on this guy. Okay, Western. Okay, got it. So now I got to watch Taurus rising. That's why I wanted to know. I'm like, do I watch Aries rising or Taurus rising? Give me more. I guess you're going to be traveling when you meet him. But this doesn't have to even be about travel. This could be about next stage. See the plane taking off? You were ready. You're ready to go to the next situation, next soul contract. Yes, I am, Jalen. I just got here. I won't be here for long though, so just FYI. If anybody wants to get in, you might want to do it because I'm not going to be here for long. This is next stage. Next stage. You're ready. But you could very well meet him on a traveling trip or when you are traveling. But I don't feel it's that. I feel this is the plane. I can't stop looking at the plane. This could also indicate too, maybe different ethnicity, but I don't feel strong around that. I feel more strong with the plane taking off. You're ready for the next soul contract. More. Oh, look at him. Look at him. Look at him. He is... Don't worry about if he's an ice king. Okay, we don't want... He look at him. He's so in touch with his emotions, like he knows how to handle them. There was something emotionally going on with this guy that caused him not to level up. This guy is detached as F. Hell yeah, bring it on. You know, what does that mean? He can express himself without the intensity, okay? He's a boss. He's an entrepreneur. He is, you know, with him and the lion, it reminds me of the strength card. You know, on that strength card, how she has to tame her ego to kind of like level up or ascend. I feel like he's in sync with his ego. He's in sync. He's got his ego in check. So a lot more mature, a lot more mature. And again, we're not insulting this guy, but this guy had a lot of stuff going on that he didn't want to look at. He wanted to look the other way. And to be fair, he's just not ready. He was not ready. So listen, I don't know if he's with anybody else, but he's going to have a repeat with someone else. This guy, the one you left or divorced from. Don't be surprised if whoever he marries again will come into his life to trigger him to heal again. It won't stop. It just won't stop. It will be pattern after pattern after pattern. But yeah, you are... I think you underestimate what you've walked away from. But you see, everything you wanted was trying to come towards you. All you had to do was release this. And now there's an opening for it to come in. Any advice for these two? What's the advice? I'm just looking at around at what cards I want to pull. Nah, this one. Advice. You're coming out of this, Miriam. Okay? You see this guy? He's not capable. You ran from him. Well, you didn't run from him, but you see how she's running away from him? She's like, buddy, you can't even take care of yourself. You can't, if you can't love yourself, you can't love me. You've made the transition with the Two of Pentacles. You're currently in motion right now. And here's the new beginning. Now, the new beginning is going to be exciting, but I don't want to make your head, you know, go crazy. You will be learning lessons. This new guy is just the next level up in your spiritual journey. You will have things to learn. And is he going to be a piece of cake? No. He's not going to be a piece of cake, but he will definitely be a level up from what you've left. That is the message. One last card. Thank you to everyone who's liking the video. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. See that? I am not going to even be able to predict when he comes in. It needs to be surprising, Miriam. And that's exciting. Don't you think that's exciting? I don't want to go out and look for him. I want him to just show up. That's so hot, right? And old-fashioned, right? Oh, I'm excited for you. Okay. Let's move forward. Have you guys been loving all the uploads? I'm really trying. I'm really trying. I've been really trying. Guys, I never used to work this much, but as soon as I released the need for these thumbnails to be perfect, I all of a sudden got all kinds of energy to like bring you content. Okay, Aurora, who am I truly underneath my shadow self? Interesting that you asked that question. I just put out a video today on Patreon about this. So just synchronicity is interesting. Okay, Aurora. What does she need to know about who she truly is underneath her shadow self? By the way, after that, it's Ray and then Jalen. Wow. Okay, wow, the hermits here, for real. Okay, so listen, there's a lot of references. I am Sophia. Yes, hi. There's a lot of references to childhood. Something changed with you. There was a need to become very reliant on oneself, to give everything to oneself. Like hyper independence. I just feel like there was this need to kind of like, I feel like I'm going from sweet to like strong, but strong in a way that is not really at times easy for you to portray, but I feel like you do it to protect yourself. And there's nothing more than you'd love to do than just to be very loving and, you know, but it's not safe. You have learned that it is not safe to do this. Is anything that I'm saying resonating? Because that death card, my goodness, what has happened here? I just feel like I'm not safe. I'm not safe. I'm not safe to be myself. And that got shuffled and buried somewhere. That got buried somewhere. Like, you need to find that, Aurora. Yeah, you need to find that back again. Because you want to know why? It's safe for you now. It's safe for you now. You've kind of held on to a pattern. And I think you even were doing it subconsciously just because it's been working so, you know, long for you. But your spirit guides are like, hey, it's safe for you now. And I don't know what your personal life has been like as far as love and relationships, but this could be what's causing you to stay single, or maybe it doesn't work out. Maybe things don't work out. I really feel like deep down with you, you don't, okay, listen, we're going to get very vulnerable here, okay? I really do believe in your heart of hearts, really deep down in your heart of hearts, you don't really believe that anyone's really good. Like, you don't trust. Like, you would say things like, oh, well, I don't really know them. You know, even if you've known them for 2 years, you're like, I don't know anybody. I don't really know anybody. Something's been shattered. Something's been shattered. Okay. Comfort zones. This is a big one. You've created a lot of comfort zones that really, you know, it's time to move out. It's time to move out. I get it. It's cozy. And that could be your way of thinking, the way of operating. It's kind of not working anymore. I think you did what you needed to do in those times, or when you actually decided that you were going to operate like this, but why are we still doing it? Why? Why are we still doing it? It's actually stopping you from living your life, like, potentially fully in the best way possible. And I really do feel like this has something to do with relationships and love. Like, I've got a Knight of Cups here who's ready, willing, and able, wants to come towards you, but you got to unlock something here. There needs to be the death of something here. Something needs to die here, like a way of thinking. You know, give me more. Give me more. Yeah, so we got unbound, okay? Unbound. Remember when I said you need to release something? It lies in your hands, okay, Aurora? This is your choice. Nobody's pushing you or forcing you to do anything, not even your spirit guides. It's when you're ready. You need to release soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. Now, the contracts, it doesn't have to be that you're walking up to these people who have hurt you and, you know, trying to work it out with them face to face. You can literally do this on your own. You can do it within your mind. You can say it out loud. This is heavy. It's weighing you down. We want you released. Okay? So deep down, you're actually a quite loving person, but you have been made to not trust. And that letting down your hair or your shield, it terrifies the F out of you. But at the same time, it's stopping you from living, you know, honestly, to your potential. So maybe give it to yourself. Maybe start by giving it to yourself, the love that you need. You know, talk to your own inner child, because there's a lot of references to children here. So something happened in the childhood. You learned to do this very young. Maybe you had to. Again, no judgment. This could be for survival. I mean, everybody has to survive. This place is rough, okay? But no longer is this necessary. Release yourself. And how do you do that? By stepping out of your comfort zone and doing new things. Things that you would never do. Make sure you're guided to them, though. So if something comes in your pathway that is new, it feels a little like exciting, or yeah, maybe I'll try this or whatever, go for it. But if it is somebody that comes in and wants to love you, don't bring your emotional like baggage into it. Allow them to prove themselves. And let me tell you, you know how easy it is, okay, to see somebody prove themselves? It can be within the first 5 minutes that you speak to them. Maybe work on awareness, okay? And your gut intuition. Because I know you probably were like, hell no, I'm not going to be allowing anyone to prove themselves. I just don't want to deal with it at all. No, this is not a way to live. You have to be experiencing relationships. You need to be experiencing whatever it is that you set out to do. But by running and hiding or keeping yourself protected over here, you're really doing yourself a disservice. Okay? That's what I'm getting. Okay, I'm moving on to Ray, then Jalen, then Sophia. I'm part of a class that is divided into two groups and each takes turns observing the other. A conflict arose between me and a classmate. I thought it was a healthy conflict, but she didn't take it that way. Oh well, that's her problem. And I'm concerned how my classmates are viewing me. Can you look into it? You know, my radar is a bit up. I'm going to be honest. My radar is a bit up with that. Like, whatever that, what do you call that? An exercise? My radar is a little up with that. I'm not going to lie. Let's find out what you need to be aware of with this, though. What does she need to know about this? Kind of interesting, right? Classmates. These would be the two cards, right? Okay, whatever happened here, you triggered something from her childhood. Everything was like as it should be. There was no mistakes with this. And I'm dead serious. Like, you were set up by the universe. You were exactly strategically placed there to bring this up. It's the way she took it. That's the problem. And this is what I'm talking about in a lot of cases with people. They don't have the bigger perspective. You know how many times people said messed up SHIT to me? But when I went home and I thought about it, I was like, you know what? They're right. They are right. You, like, definitely defensive here. Felt like out of line. Whatever you said was out of line. Felt the need to protect. Now, the interesting thing with this is I actually don't see any viewing of you in a bad way. So is there something that's giving you the impression that the classmates are viewing you? Because I don't think they really care. Not according to this. It's like, I don't think they had a second thought about it. Let me know if there's something, an indication that's making you feel like these people are viewing you some way. Because I got like, I don't feel like, I don't think they care. I just don't feel it here. I don't see it. Okay, you're not writing, but that's fine. I don't think they care. I have to go by what my cards say, but also how I feel, and I just don't feel like they care. There may have been discussions, a couple words maybe about it, but I don't know. I don't feel anything crazy here. You know, you planted a seed here, I feel like, with the Nine of Pentacles, but you triggered something from her childhood. I don't know. You reminded her of someone else from her childhood, and I think it was the mother. That will be on you, Ray. That will be on you to decide, because I just don't feel like, even if you were to apologize, I just don't think that person would like receive it or care. I feel like I've got whoever you said this to dedicated to like not liking you, but maybe in time it will smooth out. So I see now what you're talking about. I figured I did her mom. Yes. Okay. I did figure here. When you said co-workers, we've got that here, but eventually down the line, you know, you guys will be smoothed out. But, you know, with the way that I feel like it needs to stick in the way that it's sticked. It needs to stick. It's serving as a purpose. You know, it's not always easy to do this, right? I do my job every day with you guys. I say stuff that triggers the hell out of you. I mean, why do you think people, you know how many times I get comments of people who are scared to click on my readings? They are terrified. And some of it, it's like, because you're going to be accurate. It's like, okay, all right. What do you want? I'm confused. Okay, but that now is on you, Ray. See? That now is on you. If you're worried about their perception of you, that's on you. You have to be a lot more confident with that, because why do you care about their perception of you? I get that you have to work with them, but really, why would you care? All that matters at the end of the day is your perception of yourself. And through having that confidence, you know, it's going to be a lot easier, I feel like, holding that energy to be with others, because people do pick up on that. You know, when you care about what they think, you know, they run with it in very unhealthy ways. So I'm going to say here, listen, I think you were used by the universe. This is not a random incident. I think you need to be proud that you were chosen to do this. I know it sounds funny. I think you need to be proud that you were chosen to do this. How she took it is her business. It's her problem. You know, you were doing the exercise in the most honest way you could do it. You didn't want to lie. You didn't want to sugarcoat. You wanted to be honest, okay? You were the perfect vessel. How she took it is her own problem. If you do want to apologize, you can totally do so, but I don't feel like that's going to be what fixes this. It feels to me like time. Time will fix this. But you have planted a seed, and I just think you need to be proud of that. I really do think you need to be proud of that. What kind of card should I choose here? What was Ray's comment or whatever she said to this girl? What was it supposed to show that girl? Maybe if I show you that, you may feel better about this. What was it supposed to activate? What kind of growth was it supposed to activate in the girl that she said these words to? Oh, wow. That's okay. I didn't expect that. I think we've got here. Okay, I'm going to ask you a question before I tell you about this. Were you, how do I ask you this? Were you like, I think the two of you were brought together for a reason through this conflict. Conflict, I'm doing air quote. But I'm just curious, was there something about her energy that you were attracted to? And I don't mean like that, okay? I just mean like, was there something about her? Because I think you activated her. I think she's actually a light worker to some degree. And I think she was supposed to be elevated through that comment because she needs to heal. She has to birth a new age. She's a part of the new age. But whatever you triggered in her needs to be woken up inside of her to work on, or she's not going. She's not going to the new world. She's supposed to go to the new world, but she cannot go. And this is something that is so common right now. You know how many people are getting activated right now and it's driving them nuts because we're in a rush, okay? Some people had 6, 5, 20 years to prepare for this, okay, where we're headed, because that new world, that new earth, it's here. It's ready. It's willing to take, occupancy from people, ready to go. But we're coming very soon to the split, okay? So like there's a lot of people who are feeling like, okay, their journey is picking up. Like where they could go kind of more slowly, it's being forceful now with them. You need to be owning this. I personally wouldn't apologize. I just personally wouldn't apologize. You activated her, or you're trying to activate. You activated in with her. Your comment activated her because she needs to heal a side of her, because she's meant to birth a new age. She cannot go unless she takes care of this, whatever this is that you triggered within her. So let me just tell you, you're not going to be the only one. There's going to be other people who come after you who are going to do the same thing. If not, it's happening right now with other people. You are one of many who are trying to get her to see something she can't see within herself. I would say be unapologetic. Yeah. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Jalen. Sophia's next, then Mercedes. Can I get a sneak peek into 2026? Of course. Of course. I bet you a lot of people are not excited for 2026. But you know what? You need to always be excited about every day in front of you. No matter what the reality looks like, no matter what your bank account looks like, this is the way you train your mind, okay? It really is about being excited. And I know that's very hard for a lot of people to understand. Like, I'm supposed to be excited when my whole world's falling apart. Yeah, try something new. See how it works for you, you know? Let's get a sneak peek into 2026 for Jalen. What does he need to know? What does he need to know about this year? Really great card to start with, Jalen. This is the year you're finally moving forward. We don't know in what way yet, but energetically, okay? To me, that's the most important, because at the end of the day, I don't care how many cars I have in my driveway. If I don't have peace and my energy's not right, I'm not going to be happy with anything you give me. Energetically, you're moving forward. You need to, I think you understand that. You understand that. I don't know how you've been functioning. I don't know if you have had a lot of, I don't even know what to call it, like issues with people, or, just unpleasant issues with others. You're going to find that this digresses. It dissipates. People will not be able to set foot near you. You're going to have this boundary around you. Did you talk to me about this one time? And I think I said to you about why would they even interact with you? That's getting corrected. They will be at bay. So you won't be attracting people with a different frequency or mindset or, you know, competitive energy. Like, I don't know what this is. It's just, it's not the greatest. It's very low vibrational, actually. Okay. They won't be able to thrive in your environment. You will be, oh, okay. Listen, 2026, you may be a little bit more lonely, but it's better than being unprotected. Do you understand that? You may be a little bit more lonely than previous years, but you will be protected. So, you know, it goes hand in hand, right? The more protected you are energetically, you're going to have less people in your timeline. It's just a fact. I've got a person coming in. Very playful in energy. Very affectionate, very romantic. I feel a lot of like sexual activity. I'm not going to lie. It feels like, oh goodness, how much can I say here? I feel like I'm just, it's playful. It's playful. Like a young romance, you know, like it makes me feel young. I've got somebody. Okay. Is it super serious? I can't say that, but it's playful and it's fun and it's just what you ordered and just what you need. Okay, so you will be working in 2026 on putting yourself out there in ways that even you're going to be shocked at. And I actually see this starting to happen a little bit right now. But don't be surprised if it gets bigger. Like bigger. Okay? In ways that, oh, hi, Nandini. In ways that, like, you never thought were possible. So through your bravery, through your confidence, you will be unlocking a lot energetically. But you will also be unlocking a lot energetically, opportunity-wise. Okay? So please don't afraid to go bold. And how beautiful. I know you're a Leo, right? And we've got the strength card here. You're in your element. You're in your element. It feels more natural to you, like your natural state. And I do see you kind of looking back around June and saying, oh my goodness, why did I waste so much time? What was I so afraid of? But that's okay. That's okay. Don't get into that. Okay, because I've done that myself. I was like, why the hell did I fight going on YouTube? Why did I fight that? I should have went sooner. Perspectives, belief systems, they're changing. They're changing. Your minds are changing. I've got a lot of cards indicating a lot of growth. A lot of growth. And through that growth, I just feel like a better life, I have a better mind, a mindset. Expansive. But I'm going to tell you another thing, Jalen. You're going to be teaching. People are going to come to you. I'm going to be really honest because I know what the hell's going on in your life, okay? I don't want to sit here and pretend like I don't know you, okay? I think you're going to be doing readings. Yeah. 2026 will be the year. There will be a following that starts and you're going to get the, hey, do you do personal readings? You better go for it. This is your way out. I'm serious, okay? Like, especially financially, it's a way out. And the reason why I say it's a way out, it's not about finances completely. It's about doing what you love so it doesn't even feel like you're making money. You're like, I'm making money? Oh my goodness, I'm having so much fun. I didn't even realize. Oh, that's just the added bonus. Okay, no problem, Julie. Hi, Jenna. More. Give me a card on that. Okay, so listen. I don't think this is you. I think you're closing the door on connections that have been really not aligned with you in the sense of that emotional vulnerability. I feel like you have been attracting people to you in the past who just were not capable of, and it's not really about loving you, but loving themselves. Okay, we all know what happens when people don't love themselves and then they start wanting to get around other people. It's just problems. Okay, but this works both ways. I have to be fair. You are having growth, right? So you're going to start loving yourself more. You won't be able to attract this anymore. So yes, you may have a few lovers, right? It's okay if it's playful, but they're not bringing drama. They just want to love you. You're taking whatever it is that you need out of the connection and you're becoming, like stronger. You're not controlling anything. You're not trying to force anything. You're being free. You're being open. You are just expressing love, and there is just without attachment. Psychic abilities, last card. I'm going to talk about 2026 for you. Your abilities are going to skyrocket. And I do feel like through the readings, see, what you're doing right now is good, but once you open the portal on actually looking at people's charts or whatever it is that you're going to be doing, that is going to give you the practice you need, or it's going to open up a portal of some sorts that increases more flow with the psychic abilities. So you need to be excited. Be excited. Okay. Hold on here. Okay, I'm going to Mercedes, then Sophia, then Julie, then Analytical. Last week, I became very angry with a guy I was talking to. He triggered me so bad. I am wondering what lesson was I learning through my interaction with him. We haven't talked since. Are you able to tell me exactly, well, no, not exactly, generally what he said or what he did to trigger you? Are you able to? You're welcome, Jalen. What does she need to know about being triggered by this person? What was she supposed to be learning? Was he on the date with you? Yeah, okay. That's not okay. That's why I felt like I had to ask, because I was like, if I don't ask, you may get an answer that just I may not even understand. But I felt guided. I had to ask you. That's not okay. I don't really think you got triggered. I think you were actually setting a boundary, or, you were aware of, what you felt was right for you. And that person reflected back what didn't align with what you thought was right, for you. Now, what level you took that to, that's a whole other story. But, I personally would have just left. And it's not about, I probably would not have been angry. I would have just been like, he has free will, but that's just not for me. I think it's actually very rude. Okay. When you are getting to know somebody, it's about that attention. Like, are you here to get to know me, or what are you doing? Now, if that is that person's way of life, and to them it's like, what's the big deal? Then that's fine, but that's not for me. And I also have the right to step back and say, That's not for me. So it's going to be kind of hard for me to pick up on like what lesson you learned, because I think you did the right thing. Now, I don't know about the angry part, you know, because if you went, you know, do you like throw chairs? Like, what did you do? Because that's a different story. But you know, I'm gonna tell you, Mayana, I would not have stayed. That's just disrespectful to me. I'm on Mercedes, and then it's Sophia, then Julie, and then Analytical. What does she need to know about this occurrence? Okay, well, you don't have to say something always. I don't think anybody, you know, like, people don't always need your words, you know? No response is also a response, you know? I mean, it depends on your personality. Me, I probably would not have said anything. I would have just backed out. What is your name on there? Well, what's your name on there? Butterfly, what's your name? What name did you pay under? What does she need to know about this occurrence? Jacqueline? There's no Jacqueline here. Hold on. There's no Jacqueline. I never had a Jacqueline. You might want to check your payments. Okay? I don't have any, I don't have a Jacqueline here. Sorry. Maybe there was an error. I'm not sure. Check your payments. Okay, so there's the there's the women he was dancing with. Oh, that's so funny. That's actually really funny that came out on the bottom. So listen, there is some reference to how you handled it a little bit. I don't know with the tower how angry you got, but this is a direct reflection of what you've been working on within yourself. And I do think it was an opportunity to test you, but you passed. You really did pass. What were you like in the past? Like, would you have let something like that go? Like, or would you have, I don't know, given a second chance or something? Because I just feel like this is a direct reflection of how much work you've done on yourself. And I felt like, you know, I don't want to repeat anything. I just don't want to repeat anything. So I'm wondering, I would have never said anything and just left. Okay. So listen, I think you expressed yourself. I think you did. And you know, it's fine. It's fine. Maybe it was something that, you know, needed to be said. Okay, well, if you truly felt like you needed to say something, then that is 100% right. No matter what, you know, is coming through in a reading, you do what you feel guided to do at the end of the day. I just think here, it's just, this is just not for you anymore. This is not for you anymore. Were you not supposed to go? Like, did you have any kind of inkling? Why are they showing me that you were not actually supposed to go? Or you may have forced yourself to go. Did you feel anything weird before going? Because they're telling me that they tried to kind of give you a heads up to this person, but you had to experience it. Was there anything weird before going? That is going to be, yeah, I was not going, but he called me. But did you feel weird about it at all? Because really, you should have said no. There's the offering. But I feel like, I don't know, this could go back to intuition, just proving itself to you. I don't know what this is. Like, it's interesting because I feel like something needed to be proven to you. Maybe not to go against the intuition, or like, I don't know what this is. Okay, now I see your payment, Jacqueline. Now I see your payment. You do understand? Okay, if you understand that's good. That's good. As long as you understand. Because I just feel like, from Spirit's perspective, it's like there's a heads up, but I guess you needed to experience whatever you needed to experience. But that's just not going to be something that works for you. Oh, no worries at all, butterfly. No worries at all. Give me more on this situation. You've got deep replenishment, retreat, rest, and be held. I think, Mercedes, you're going to have to be a little bit more selective, I feel like, with who's coming in. I feel like you're ready for something a lot deeper, but I think you're still in this energy of like benefit of the doubt, or, trying like, okay, let's see. I just feel like with that Four of Cups, you should have said no to the date. And I don't know why I'm seeing that. This person, right now you're in rest mode. You need to be alone. You need to be held, That is definitely not going to be your type of guy. It needs to be about you. You need deep replenishment. I think this is basically like whoever is going to be in your life has to be a very big upgrade from whatever you experienced that night. And I'm speaking on all levels. I'm not speaking about just what happened. In personality and energy, it needs to hit you like a lightning, Anybody who's going to, I feel like, exist or be able to coexist with you in a love relationship, it has to be different. Has to be different. Deep replenishment. Be held. That's what we're going for now. That's what Spirit wants you going for now. Anything that doesn't feel like that, anything that feels a little off from that, even by a little bit, is not for you. So you're going to have, you had that experience, and listen, that was a very quick reveal. Okay, so good. We didn't, it's better not sooner than later. But it was just, I feel like, the universe's way of showing you what, you already knew about this person. Okay, you understand. That's all I need to hear. That's all I need to hear. It would have never happened with this guy. It would have never happened. His energy is too scattered. And, you need to be like, you need to have someone who's like, this is my queen, I don't even look at anyone else. Okay, where are we now? Sophia, live reading. What is to come for me in 2026? What is coming for Sophia in 2026? What do you want her to know about this year coming up? I just heard something kind of random. Maybe it might mean something to you. I'm not sure. Do you need a new car? Sophia, are you there? Do you need a new car? I just saw a vehicle and I don't know why. Give me what's happening for her in 2026. Major healing. Oh, you're thinking of learning to drive. Okay, I love that when that happens. Okay, so there you go. There's something about doing that, but I see a new vehicle. So I'm assuming you learn and then you get the vehicle. There's going to be a lot of healing that takes place. That will be a common theme for 2026. It might be a little more quiet, okay, because there has to be a lot of focus on that. There has to be a lot of focus on that. And you know, the good news about this healing is that you're not going to have to dedicate much time towards this. It will just happen naturally. So there are people who go out of their way to spend a lot of time alone to heal. I don't see you doing that. I see it just happening. It just happens effortlessly. Kind of like behind the scenes, if you will. Okay, so healing, big one. Okay, you're getting off the fence with a lot of things in life. I just feel like you don't want to sit on sidelines anymore. You want to be like main character energy. You want to do something about things. You know, I don't know what this is, if this is like an autopilot thing or, you know, you would resonate with, you know, just, you know, like watching from the sideline and just saying, okay, I'll get to it. I'll get to it. But like you never get to it. I'm thinking here, we have a huge release with this. Okay. You're starting to kind of make more decisions. You're starting to get more, like I see, planning and organization, and you are trying to achieve a lot, but you know it has to be you who initiates it. I see a lot of that. A lot of that is coming up. So it may be quiet in other areas of life, but as far as you getting your stuff together and your ducks in a row and all the T's crossed and like we're getting things accomplished. I see this list of things, you know, if someone told you to go write a list of the things that you need to get done, it could be a lot of stuff, but you're accomplishing it. Now, if you have been wanting to learn how to let go, or release or surrender, you will master this in 2026. So you're more detached. You don't have any attachments to outcomes or time frames. You've released all of that. You're more in a flow state. Okay, something just came through and it has nothing to do with the cards. I just saw a baby being born, a baby girl, baby will be born. Anybody in your family pregnant right now? Very deep connection to her. I don't know if she's going to be a niece. I'm not sure what this is. Baby girl coming into your life somehow. It may not be yours. It could be someone else's. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Baby girl. See a baby girl. She does feel like a miracle. She does feel like a miracle. I'm not going to lie. You know, it's that type of child that comes in and it's like, you know, when you're trying so hard and she appears, it's like you know, as opposed to someone who can just get pregnant like that, right? It would be a miracle, right? Yeah. You have a cat? Do you have a cat? I see a cat. You have a cat? Okay. Is it a female? No? Okay, I see a female cat. I don't know if that's something, I don't know if that's, I don't know anything about that. You might want to just take a mental note. I don't know if she's coming into your life. She feels female to me. The interesting thing is she's not a kitten. She's not a kitten. She's like 1 year old, like fully grown. Not old, but not a kitten. Would you consider a 1 year old a kitten? I don't know. I don't know much about that stuff. But I see a cat. Holy crap. There's a lot coming through with mediumship with you. There's a male around you who's going to get a really good... is there a male around you who has had a really hard time with finances? Because I feel like it's better for him. And he is connected to you. I don't know if he's a partner, a brother, an uncle, a father. But he gets your dad. Okay, yeah, finances are getting better for him in 2026. Don't tell him, though. Don't tell him what I said. Just allow it to unfold naturally. We don't want to get in the way of anybody knowing their stuff, okay? Finances are better for him. Okay, listen, I don't know what's going on here. I saw surgery. Nothing to be scared of. It's not like anybody gets hurt. I just feel like I'm going in for surgery. And I'm not sure why that's coming up. Okay, surgery. It feels like it's like a limb. Like an arm, a leg. I don't know what this is. But anyways, just it's fine. It's fine. It's everything's fine. You don't need to worry about this. More time near water. More time near water is going to be needed. But there will be more fun times. More fun times around water. Large bodies of water. I don't know if the ocean is near you. I don't know if this is a destination. I don't know what the heck I'm seeing here, but this is like the ocean. What do I pull? I don't even know. I asked if I should pull more. Okay, I'll pull like 2 from this deck and that's it. And then that's it, because I feel like I've given a lot here. Very specific too. Wow. 2026 for Sophia. Doormat energy, okay? This is something you'll be working on. And I feel like that's connected to people staying. You know what the weird thing about this is that I'm actually not looking at this as something you need to work on. I feel like this is actually very physical in reality. In the sense that, like, I don't know if people tend to stay at your place a lot or they invade your space a lot. I just feel like I actually see physical bodies invading your space. There's going to be like a looking at this in 2026, okay? Sophia needs a lot more space than usual, but people may not really know how to understand that at first, okay? They may be like, wow, what's going on here? You're a little different, you know? But I don't know what that is. I don't know if people tend to stay at your house too long or they kind of hang out in your room and they don't know when to leave or like what this is, but I feel this is physical reality. Like people overstaying, more time alone. We've got rolling in their graves. So there's going to be a lot more contact with someone who has passed over. Someone will be trying to contact you and be connected to you more, to work on the relationship more. And it doesn't have to be that things ended badly. I just feel like I've got this, you're being ready to kind of communicate with them or strengthen the connection between the two of you. But this will be worked on in two different dimensions. So while they're on the other side, you're in the physical realm. And I do feel like we're working on this, but I also feel like with the Raven, this person's showing up as protection, but as a guide. They've been assigned for this year to kind of help you kind of move through some stepping stones or some milestones. Okay. I'm going to put here readings not closed because I actually have a lot of private readings I have to go do. I just know I haven't been out here in a while. I may come on Friday. I'm not sure. Just letting you know to look out, but I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Okay. Empress New Groove, are you there? Empress New Groove, are you there? Oh, what happened here? What the heck is going on with this damn internet? Okay, I see your other one here. I don't know what happened, Sophia. You know, like, I don't know if they're just inserting people, like, after the fact, but, like, I was not there before. Okay, I'm going to Sophia again, and then Julie, then Analytical, and then Jacqueline, but I want to see if Empress is here. Empress, I know you booked me for 2. I need to go. Can I send them to you, like, private? Can I just send you, like, a short recording? Oh God, I hate these Mercury retrogrades. I really do. Can I send it like last time? Is that okay? Okay, Sophia, let's see here. I remember you picking up on someone from my class talking, mocking me. Is this person Mel? Okay, let's see. Is the person I picked up on in a previous reading for Sophia that was talking about her or mocking her, is it Mel? Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of funny though, because this person actually mocks you, like your good traits. Isn't that weird? Look at that. There's the classmates. Is it a girl? I mean, it doesn't have to be a girl, but listen, whatever they mock you for, it's your pleasant traits. Like, you know, it's kind of weird to mock you for this. Like, you know how some people can make fun of people for like their disadvantages or, okay, no, thank you. Thank you, Empress. So the readings are closed, Lena. Sorry. Maybe come back Friday. Maybe come back Friday. I just closed my readings now. You know how you can make fun of somebody for like their weird attributes or, you know, you call them bad names? I feel like whatever they mock you for is like, it's kind of weird, you know, because these are like really positive traits that you have. So, you know, what would that look like if I had to make an example? Now, I'm not saying that this is exactly what they're saying, but let's give you an idea. Oh, she thinks she's so great. Oh my God, did you see her expensive outfit? Why would she spend money on that? Or like, how long does it take to do her hair in the morning? Oh my God. Or you know, she thinks she's just the most amazing person, or like the world revolves around her. She's the queen, that type of thing. I'm not saying that's what they're saying, but it would be with these cards, your more positive attributes. So I think we've got a bit of a jealous person. Okay. So if they're mocking you, it feels like it's coming from jealousy. Okay. And that is a student card too. So, you know, there's just a lot of indicators here that, you know, it could definitely be this person. I just think if you have the intuition that it is, maybe you should listen to it. Okay, because these cards are kind of agreeing. Okay, Julie. Oh, let's go back here. Where's Julie? Oh, I'm studying part-time now. I'm wondering, is it better to leave my current job and find another? Okay, well, I'm never gonna tell you to leave any kind of job. Not in this economy, okay? But honestly, not never. I would never say that. So let's just find out what you need to know about this, okay? What does she need to know? She's studying part-time, but she's wondering if it would be better to leave her current job and find another. The cards are definitely indicating that you need to plant a seed. Planting a seed will lead to you leaving, but that is not an indicator of any kind of like fast movement. You know, this is about planting seeds, okay? Whether they be intention, or, you know, like putting the resumes out, or, you know, just maybe finding a side hustle. Seven of Pentacles can be a side hustle. And then when it's time, moving forward. Yes, with the Ace of Cups. So listen, you got a lot of cards of leaving. I think you're gonna leave, to be honest. Like, these cards indicate leaving anyways. I think it's just a matter of time. There must be a reason why you're asking. You're welcome, Sophia. Oh, she compliments you, huh? Interesting. That is interesting. So, these cards, I mean, I was going to say, there must be a reason why you're asking this. So there must be something unsettled, or like a feeling of being unsettled about where you are. I think you're just picking up on your intuition with the Ace of Cups. I think you're just picking up on it. You're just starting to sense this. And, you know, we will do that even years ahead of time. Okay. You will leave. You will join something that is more aligned. But you are being, I feel like with these cards, asked to don't just make this a thought, take some sort of action that is safe until you're able to do this. So Queen of Swords, she plans, she's precise, she makes sure all I's are dotted, all T's are crossed, she plants seeds, she works her butt off. I'm not gonna lie, she works her butt off. She does it in silence though. So, you know, if you're gonna do this, keep your mouth closed, okay? Then when the time is right, then you strike. But yeah, with the Lovers, I think you're kind of gonna be out of here very soon. So, okay, so you're already doing what you're supposed to do. See, you sent out the resume. That's planting seeds. You know, even if you're going on interviews and you're not getting called back, that's still you planting seeds. You're putting the energy out there to the universe that you want to leave. Okay, so nothing's a waste of time. You even doing interviews is a great exercise to stay sharp on yourself, right? So it's nothing is ever a waste. But yeah, with the Lovers card, there will be a decision made very soon. So the way that you pose the question, right? I can't answer it because it's almost like you're asking me. But when I look at this spread, it looks like it's already unfolding. So I can't be like, yeah, I think you should do that. It's already in motion. It's already in motion. Give me more. Okay, so listen, whether you're aware of the shadow work or whatever work you've been doing on the inside, the reason for this happening is that you're ready to level up. So frequency-wise, it's just not a match anymore. Wherever you're going next is where you need to be. It's as simple as that, Julie. As simple as that. Really nothing else to think about regarding this. It's just the next place you need to be. And it is for your growth. And I'm not just talking about career-wise, I'm talking about spiritually. Wherever you're going next, there's particular lessons that need to be learned for your growth. So universe is going to move you. There's nothing you can do, but you're picking up on it. That's all it is. Let's go with one more. Does that make sense to you at all? Has there been some pointing fingers? Like what is it about the place that you're at that makes you want to leave? Because this could be that you just don't get along the greatest, or it's just not your people. But could be politics too, office politics. The Lovers can be a politics card. Give me more on this. Oh my God, there you go. There you go. There you go. That makes total sense. That's you right there. Just in the hot seat. Just taking it. Just taking it like a punching bag. Yeah. So guess what? You've done enough work on yourself. Again, whether consciously or unconsciously. This is not, you're not to play this part anymore. Do you understand? This is not for you to play anymore. This is not your part to play. You are not any kind of scapegoat. You are the Queen of Pentacles and you're ready to be leveled up. So listen, it's going to happen. It's a matter of time. Get excited. It's already in motion. I can't answer this for you. It's already in motion. Oh, look what's on the bottom of the deck. Ha! Opportunities await. He's like, bye. On to the next. On to the next. Okay, analytical. Hi, Chitra, it's Nandini. Can I get a sneaky peeky? Okay, into my work life has been really hard since 2024 up until now. How's 2026 looking? My boss is going to be supportive. Any promotion coming up? Lil or big? You're funny. Okay, let's talk to Nandini. Jacqueline, you're next, okay? And then I'm done. Empress I'll be setting later because she sent many questions and I gotta go. 2026 career. What do we need to know? What does she need to know? Oh, we got a new beginning. New year. Yep, new year, new opportunities, new money. You got your, yeah, oh, there's the promotion. Okay, but can I tell you something? You're still not going to be satisfied. This is interesting, Nandini. You know, you may think that it's all of this that's going to make you happy, but I'm telling you right now, you're going to get a promotion. I think you'll get more responsibilities, okay? You're still not going to be happy there. Are you like, do you tend to be like that person who literally puts the carrot in front of the dangling carrot? Because there is something unsatisfied about you. And I don't know where it comes from, but I'll tell you right now. These things will happen for you in 2026, but they will not fulfill you. And I don't know why. Why is that? Give me more. I mean, I don't know how you want to look at this. It's kind of like a bittersweet answer, you know? You're getting a yes, but let's find out what's going on here. There's going to be something about the way they do this or the way they give it to you. It's going to rub you the wrong way. And I think this is about waiting. something leaves a bad taste in my mouth regarding these people that you work with. And I think there's something. It's the way they went about it. I think when they finally give it to you, there's going to be something you don't like about it. Okay, because I drew more cards, I'm going to take back what I said before. So this is not about unfulfillment. This is about the way it's done. There's something you don't like. Wow, what's going on here? Karma is a bitch. You're going to have to wait for this to unfold. Listen, I'm answering your question, okay? You're going to get the things you want. More money, the promotion. There's just something that happens or occurs in the way that it's given to you. And I don't know if it's that you've waited too long, or I can't even try to like know what that's going to look like. I'm not being given access to it, okay? You may walk away from it. You may walk away from it when it's time. I know this is very alarming. Sometimes you don't want to ask. Sometimes, you may want to be very careful about asking. Because, listen, the short answer would be yes. But you know me, I'll give you more. One more. Ha, beautiful. You will win in the end. You will win in the end. You're going to be great. You will be celebrating everything that you need to. But there's just something. There's something that occurs. And I do feel like it's with management. I don't feel like it's with your coworkers. I feel like your coworkers are happy for you. It feels like with the Hierophant, it's upper management. And it can look like so many different things. Like here's the promote. I'm going to give you an example of what it may look like. Here's the promotion, but you have to wait 6 months for us to up your pay. It's that, it could be like that. Do you understand? It can be something like that. The dangling carrot. I kept seeing, I thought it was you. I thought you put the dangling carrot in front of your face, but no, it's them. I think it's definitely given to you, but it's with strings attached and all kinds of, honestly, BS. Okay? So don't worry, you'll get through it. You don't have to freak out. I mean, that's going to be up to you, Nandini. Why would I answer that? You have to, at the end of the day, go through this yourself and then ask yourself, do I want to take it? Do I feel right about taking this? Check in with yourself because, I could tell you yes, but you have to work there every day, right? You have to work there every day, not me. You will get the promotion. I'm going to repeat myself one last time. Why is my thing so dark? You will get the promotion. You will get everything that you want, but it's not an easy road to it, okay? But what you need to know is that you're going to win. Is everything okay with the chat? Is it still on? Because my screen is very dark for some reason. My screen is very dark. Oh no, Tanny. Oh, Tanny, I gotta go. Okay, I'll do Tanny's. No more after this, please, guys. Readings now closed. Don't worry, Tanny. I got you. Readings now closed. You're welcome. Okay. Where's your question, Jacqueline? It's in the chat, right? Jacqueline, where are you? Jacqueline, where are you? Jacqueline, what's your question? No worries, no worries. My question, why my mother treats me differently than my siblings? She always has since I was little. That sucks. That really sucks. But maybe there's a reason, and that's why you're asking today. So let's find out. Why does Jacqueline's mother treat her so differently than her siblings? She has always since she was little. There she is. There she is. Okay, I want to knock some things out of the park here first, okay? Or get some things out of the way, sorry. What was your relationship like with your father? Did you used to get a lot of his attention? Like, were you his favorite? I'm just curious. Let me just get that out of the way. Were you his favorite? My father was after her firstborn daughter, and I grew older. I almost look I don't know what that means. My father was after her firstborn daughter. As I grew older, I look almost identical to her. I don't know what you wrote there. I can't really understand it. I feel like the father there's some sort of like contempt or agitation towards you that stems, and like the father's involved somehow, and I don't know why. He was into her like romantic wise. I don't understand what you're writing. Sorry. My father was after her firstborn daughter, and I don't know. I don't know what you're writing. Okay, listen, there's something with the father. Father's involved, but I'm going to tell you another thing too. I've actually got, okay, listen, everything has a purpose, all right? Everything has a purpose. And I do think that, you may have been given this kind of mother to learn how to love yourself. Because see, sometimes you'll come in with these kind of mothers who just neglect so that you can learn how to give it to yourself. But there's also something around beauty. Like, jealous of your beauty, or you a younger version. My mother had 2 kids from her first marriage. My father was romantically interested in my older sister from my mom's first marriage. My mother had 2 kids from her first marriage. My father was romantically interested in my older sister. Okay, I think I understand. So this is being shown to me because I feel like your mother, I'm getting this kind of sense of like someone who is, really likes to be validated by a man, needs a man. But there's something about your youth, and, like, I don't know what her life has been like, but there is this like series of bad decisions and not being able to go back in time. She's not necessarily in a state, okay? Not really necessarily in a state. Oh, okay. So now I'm understanding. Okay. What you wrote me, that has some validity, but I don't know if it's because you're from him. See, there's a lot of contempt for the father, yours, but it's also about you stemming from the father. This is really not your problem. The more I'm tapping into this, it's very dark and unhealthy, and it really does stem from your mother. So, this really is not something you should have carried, in the sense of like, something's wrong with me. I'm not lovable. No, it's nothing like that. There is nothing about you that's unlovable. It's her. It's her. Yeah, there's something there, Butterfly, when you wrote, I just look similar to my older sister. There's some sort of weird dynamic here. But I feel like it stems from your mother's need or approval from a man. So it's just, there's something weird, like, and it has nothing to do. I just feel like you've been projected on. Okay, I don't want to focus too much time on this because it really has nothing to do with you. I would like go forth tomorrow or today, really detaching yourself from this, because I just feel like you've been projected onto, and I don't think it had anything to do with you. I think we've got people here who are not in, you know, their highest potential functioning. And, you know, when people are like that, you know, they tend to kind of like not treat others the best, okay? She villainizes me and triangulates me against somebody. She told everyone my business shows she gave away my siblings after dating my dad for age. Yeah, I would step away. She's not the most healthiest. She's not the most healthiest, okay? But you need to know, if I can as a reader say anything, like, we need to focus more on the fact that you understand this is not you. It's not about you. There's nothing wrong with you. I just feel like we have some sort of really weird energy and you're being projected onto. Like, you know, like you just happen to be there. Like, let's put it on her. You know, it's her fault, you know? When really it's like, look in the mirror type of thing. Let's get more. What does she need to hear today about this? I think you're being scapegoated. I think you're being scapegoated. You're just there. This is really unfortunate. Listen, depending on how toxic this feels for you, how toxic this feels, I would remove yourself. I would remove yourself from this. No, this is not good. More. Do you understand? This is not healthy. You got physical assault. I don't know if that's involved, but it doesn't matter. This is really about a punching bag or taking it out on someone who's less fragile. Okay? Not less fragile, but the egg doesn't deserve it. You know, he doesn't stand a chance next to this thing. This is abusive. This is not good for you. We'll do one more. Yeah, listen, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You see this? Get out of there. Get out of this dynamic. You are in the middle of something that you have no business being involved in. Okay? I think by accepting and leaving, this is how you choose yourself. You need to start choosing yourself. There's nothing you can do to fix this. There's some weird dynamics, okay? I am so sorry that you had to deal with that. I'm really sorry. I mean, it's just, wow. It's like unbelievable that things like this exist. I mean, I have my own share of stuff that I've dealt with, but, you know, it doesn't make me, when I hear it from others, it doesn't shock me any less that this goes on. Okay, Tanny. If I continue on my current path in both my self-work and my business, what's the likely outcome by next year? Will it align me with my path I envision with my dream apartment, or is there anything? Blah, blah, blah. Okay. What does Tanny need to know about her current path in self-work and business? What does she need to know? Absolutely, but it's not just jealousy. There's some other weird, unhealthy dynamics with the individuals involved, okay? So you can't fix things with people like that unless they fix themselves. Do you understand? They have to see the light. They have to see their part. If you've got people like that who are not willing to do that, you can't do it for them. It's that type of thing. I would urge you, if this is toxic for you, to get out, okay? Very weird energy. What does Tanny need to know? Okay, so a yes to everything you said. More money. Yeah, I would consider, this is the working card, but you asked about business and self. You need to definitely keep going. These are definitely, you're welcome. You are welcome. Yeah, absolutely. You have the Chariot. This is beautiful energy. You are headed on the right path. You are already on the right path. I don't think this is anything that you need to start. Yes, it will take time. Enjoy it. But you are definitely working towards growth. And I see you like knocking out of the park your lessons. Okay, so you got the Hermit here. We want to see that. You're asking about self-work. Okay, self-work, inner work. And now we have the work card here. So you're definitely doing the both of these. And through this, you may find that it brings a lot of more rewards than just, you know, business and self-worth. You could be aligned with community. And also the ability to, I feel like, give to others. So I don't know if you have any kind of projects or you've been wanting to help somebody. I don't know. I feel like you've got more to just like to give, to do. Like I'm sensing something humanitarian here. Something humanitarian here. Where's Tanny? Helping others out. Or it's like, now that I know better, I can do better. But I'm also like a beacon of hope for others. Beacon of hope for others. There's the apartment. There's the apartment. You're moving to a better community. And it's not just about the apartment, Tanny. It's everybody around the apartment too. So you're kind of going to be willing in friendships, you know, like seriously, like maybe even a person, a particular person, a romantic interest. I don't know, but like I've just got you on a great trajectory here. And I would keep going. You're definitely on the right path, but let's just get some more here. So we've got empty promises. Ha! Encore. Keep going, Tanny. Intense shadow work. So with the empty promises, be careful with that. Be careful how you speak to yourself. Be careful with the physical reality. I don't want to just say yes, 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 and then you just lay back, okay? This will be hard work. I'm not joking. Your physical reality will not prove to you that it's working until it does work for you. So you're going to have to really be careful with that, because that has the capability with the empty promises to really get to you and take you off your path. But you are working towards filling up those boxes yourself, okay? Or those cans, and making promises to yourself. I think here the promise of that you're trying to make to yourself about, you need to look at it like I will move into, okay? Not I really wanna, or I'm going, you know, I want to. No, I will be in my dream apartment by next year. I think what you need to make a promise to yourself, it's a bit empty with the intention. This is a tip, okay? It's a tip. I want you really getting very clear about your intentions. I don't want you asking things like, I really want to move in, or am I going to move in? I want to move in. I am going to move in. One card from here for this. There it is. Surprises, presents, and openings. So gifts are coming. Gifts, rewards for all of your hard work. And it's beautiful. It's really beautiful. It's going to be very pleasant. It's going to be very exciting. But it really does... it really does feel like newness, like new, something new, something new. But never mind the dream apartment. Look at the energy around the dream apartment. You're going to be meeting a lot of people. Those people in that area are going to be your people. So if you've been feeling like isolated or like nothing's happening socially, that's also coming too. Okay? So amazing. Keep going. Look, spirit guides, encore. Keep going. They're rooting for you. Okay? Well, thank you to everybody who showed up. I really had a lot of fun. Okay, I wish you all the best. Take care.